Man, talk about an update. This video is super late because I wanted to make this video around Springfest, but that was also around the time that I really needed my break. But here you go. Here is the update to my award-winning Chika deck profile. It is award-winning, but tournament-winning, not so much. Now, there are two different ways to build this deck. The first is the previous way with the set 1 cards, and the second is this build right here, 8 gold bar, and then there is 12 choice Chika. The last two decks are possible with the introduction of set 2 cards. If y'all want to see the 12 choice Chika version, just let me know in the comments below. And if you want to see more deck profiles in general, don't forget to subscribe. Major thanks to friend of the channel, Manny916, for giving me the one card that I needed for Springfest that I knew that I had, but I just couldn't find it. I didn't know where it was at. And with that out of the way, let's get started with the deck profile and our level 0s. God of Thunder Chika is a 3k base, and she is a pay 1 tap self salvaging brainstorm. And she also states that when this card is placed on stage from your hand, if you do not have another character, you send her to the waiting room. Horrible first turn play. You run it because she's 3k power and she's an extra brainstormer. Demonic Side Chika is on play. If your opponent has 1 or less characters on the stage, you may send a cost 0 character from their stage to the waiting room. And on play, pay 2 salvage. Great going second card because it essentially pops something on their board for free, and the salvaging is really nice. It does come in handy every now and then. Dignified Appearance Kaguya is your climax swapper of the deck, and on play, top check 2 cards from the top of your deck and place them back in any order. Obviously, the climax swap is very nice, but because this is a gold bar deck, this helps keep your stock clean as much as possible. Plus, it is nice to know just some extra information. Bestowing Courage is a drop search, and when you play climax, you can bounce this card back to your hand and you give a character 2k for the turn. This is live with any climax, and you are able to reuse the searching effect because of it. One thing about this deck is that it is really weak in the power department, and having that extra 2k power is really solid. Plus, it is a play extender as well. Those are always good in any deck. This is a mandatory card in any and every Kaguya build, as long as you're following the restriction list. Creating an Album U, it gains 4k power if it is in the middle position, and on play from hand, you could ditch a card and salvage the 2-1 event, which I do run 2 of, and I will get to those a little later, but this is what it does now. Pretty solid first turn wall, and the event is pretty good in its own right. Marching Band Chika is one of the new additions to the deck, and if anybody knows where my 4th copy went, I would really appreciate if you told me where it went. I don't know. I can't find it. It's in my pile of cards somewhere. I just don't know where it is. Either way, once per turn when you play an event, you could draw 1, ditch 1, and pay 1 tap self salvaging brainstorm. You are milling a lot in this deck, so the salvaging is not bad, and the draw 1, ditch 1 is great hand filtering. Here is Critical Hit Chika, which is on play, you ditch a card, salvage a Love Detective from your waiting room. So essentially, that's all she does. But Love Detective is the event of the deck. Here's the main engine. This is what you need to keep track of because of your level 3 combo. I know, it's an extra thing that you need to keep track of in Weiss Schwarz. This card states that you cannot play this if you do not have a Chika character. Top check 4 cards from the top of your deck, you add a character, then you ditch the rest. Then you may choose a cost 0 character on your opponent's side of the stage and you bounce it back to their hand. This card actually goes against the previous level 1 combo because the previous level 1 combo, you needed reverses for that one. Either way, this card is pretty damn good. You cycle through your deck and you get to bounce back a cost 0 character. So you can get rid of some level 1 cards. Some of them. Also, our level 1 combo is pretty weak, so it's nice to have that extra option for not front attacking. Here's your secondary level 1 seasonal uniform Chika. She gains 1k power if you have another character, and on attack, pay 1 twin drive. This is a gold bar deck, so this helps keep your stock clean and increases your chances of triggering a climax when you need it. Chika having Faraway Thoughts is an anti-early drop stock bomb. I only run 1 because I have multiple ways of getting this card, either from the deck or the waiting room. Here is our level 1 combo, favorite book Chika. If you have 2 or more other characters, this gains 1k power and climax combo. On attack, if you have Unintentional Malice in play, which is this card over here, top check up to 4 cards from the top of your deck, choose a level 1 or higher card, add it to your hand, then you ditch the rest. The climax is a 1k1 and a gold bar when triggered. So it is a level 1 or higher card that you are able to get, and there are actually quite a bit of level 1 or higher cards, and this helps cycle through your deck. You are able to grab the 6 events that we are running in this deck, so that is a plus for this effect. The power is really bad. The only way that you're really running things over is through not running things over, but using your Love Detective. And also using the eye to give power, but it's alright. She is really cute. Off to the level 2s. Shameful Chika gains 4k power. You have 2 or more other characters, and on play from hand, you could ditch a card and both players free fresh. It is a nice option to grab if you do not have any other early plays set up, which we will be getting at. And she is a 10k beater as well. The free fresh is pretty nice. Although we are helping our opponent, the cost is a ditch, so there is that to consider. Words of Parting states that you cannot play this card if you do not have a character. On play, you send this card to your memory. Then you choose one of your characters and they gain the following 2 abilities until the end of the turn. This card gains hexproof, and once per turn, when damage dealt by this card is cancelled, mill burn +1. This is a pretty solid card. You are able to snag it with your level 1 combo, and it compresses your deck as well. Not by a lot, but compression is always nice. Here is our early play package. Cheerleading Squad Tsubame. This gives 2k forward for all of your level 3 characters, and if you're level 2 or higher, you could pay to rest this card and another character. Call a Briefs Enthusiast U from your hand to the stage, and that card is once per turn. During the turn that this card is played from your hand, if damage dealt by this card is cancelled, you mill burn +1. It also has a climax combo that we don't run in this deck. It is a good way to push damage, and the power boost is damn good for your level 3 combo, using this card right here. If you do not want to run this early play package, you could swap it out for these cards right over here instead. And since we're on the level 3s, K, Wanting to Fall in Love, states that if you have 2 or more characters, this gains 2k power. And on play from hand, you search your deck for a character. And when this card's battle opponent is reversed, you could pay 2, ditch 1, clock shoot. So it is 11k base that instantly replaces itself, so you're not losing on hand. If you need your level 3 combos or just any other piece, you can grab it. And the clock shoot is live during either player's turn. So if your opponent crashes into this, you can actually pay 2, ditch 1 to clock shoot what was crashed into. Again, this is why that 2k power by the K and by the Tsubame is extremely important. You have a lot of on reverse effects in this deck. Speaking of on reverse, here is the last card, Love Detective Chika, just like the previous deck profile. We have talked about this card in the past, so we're going to go over it super quick. This card gets 500 power for each of your characters and on play heal and climax combo. On reverse, if you have Rebelling Against Society, which is this card right over here, you could pay 3, ditch 2, burn equal to the amount of love detectives you have in your waiting room twice. The climax is a 1k1 and a gold bar when triggered. So if you have 2 love detectives in your waiting room, you burn 2 twice. If you have 3, you burn 3 twice. The cost is really heavy though. That is why you run the other level 3s, because at most you're only getting this effect maybe twice. If the cost was lower, this would have been so much easier to set up and just load up on stock, but unfortunately it isn't. The gold bar does help with your stock acceleration and hand maintenance though. If you have 2 on board, you're most likely already in a good position. It's expensive and you really have to work on your resources, but when it pops off, it does pop off. Alright, so I did take this deck to Spring Fest, and yeah, I didn't do that well. This deck isn't exactly the best. It is solid, it is good, but it really is missing that extra push that makes it great. One of the issues is actually the level 3 combo itself. It's still expensive as hell, and you're most likely only going to be doing it once and twice, maybe every game. Also, because this is an on reverse combo, this just doesn't really get that big. You are really pressing your luck on trying to run things over. It is a pretty solid going second deck though. Also, no bar fixers in the deck. This really needs bar fixers. So hey, set 3 maybe? This deck is super fun to play, so give it a shot if you are interested and if you're a Chika fan as well. The grand total for this deck was $23. That is right, this is super budget, and you know what the best part is? Chika is cute. Her IQ is the same as her shoe size. And there we have it, the Love Detective deck profile that should have been filmed and uploaded 2 months ago. Sorry it's late. I am going to be getting a lot better at uploading deck profiles for sets that are more current. Thank you all for watching, and a thank you to all of my channel members scrolling up over here. Thank you again for all the support. Catch y'all in the next one.